that he said that he prepared for this tournament with builds, like multiple builds for each different map within the map pool. And he will use it depending on how his opponent plays, what his opponent's style is. So I'm actually really excited to see this.
All right, well, we're hopping on in here to Daybreak loading up. And here we go. Here we have in the Northeast our Red Terran from Evil Geniuses. It's EG PuMa, give it up. And over here in the Southwest, he has got his back up against the wall. Fan favorite here at IPL 3. Give it up for White Raw.
And White Raw's, well, within the group stage, he did manage to beat MMA 2-1. He did, on the other hand, though, lose to the STC, so he's a kind of 50-50 here. And like he said in his interview as well, special tactics are 50-50. And, well, I'm really excited to see what he has here. He's definitely got a plan. And that's one of the things that makes players really good too, is that they're assertive and their builds are down to the wire and they know exactly what they're going to do.
Well, I mean, what do you think about the fact that, I mean, obviously a plan, yes, but there's also like consideration as you go into the mid, the late game, and sort of the engagements that you're going to be able to have versus a Terran or versus a Protoss in PuMa's position. And, you know, I feel like Daybreak really does sort of, I don't know, the Protoss seems to have better attack capabilities, I think, without getting choked up and getting forced or funneled into certain areas by the Terran player, so.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, as the game goes on, warp prisms were going to get more viable as well because it's really stretched out. There's a lot of dead ground as well that White Rock can hide and drop in. So that's something I'm sure he's got in mind as well. And we are seeing gas going down from PuMa here after the barracks. And on the other hand, looking over at White Raw's base, I didn't actually count the gateway, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 13. We can kind of check that by whether his second chrono boost, I mean the third chrono boost, is used or not. But right now, he is going around and scanning with this probe. Does want to get into the base before a supply depot is going in, so he's going to try and get in there. Will it get down in time? Yeah, it goes. Oh, he's going to be able to get in, which is really cool because he's going to be able to stay alive for a long time.
And yeah, he did not have enough to put that down, so he's going to get out of there. Marine going to be on its way coming up here next. Cybernetics core going down for White Raw as he will chrono out another set of probes there. Get that economy up early on. So we see Tower Vision already from White Raw as well. Of course, on Daybreak, Tower Vision is going to be a very, very important aspect of the game. In fact, he quickly reacts as PuMa tries to take that over. And again, you want to control your opponent's side. And that probe, sneaky but not sneaky enough. He was spotted by the Marine, and the Marine is going to give chase. Now we don't have another Marine on the way, so he's just going to kind of dance around and force PuMa's Marine out of position.
Yeah, I mean, PuMa's playing a little bit of mind trickery here. He has gone for the one barracks CC, taking off gas as well, kind of hiding that. And I'm still really interested to see what White Raw's doing. I'm following him really closely here. He has gone for the second gas relatively early here, so he's got a lot of gas banked up. Depending on if he builds a sentry or not will tell us what he's going to do. If he builds a sentry, it looks like he's just going to go ahead and expand. But no, he throws down his second gateway, so I really wouldn't be surprised if he did go for that robotics facility rather fast here and start using that. He builds a second stalker as well, so he's definitely saving his gas for something. And what is it? I mean, if it is robotics facility, he's got more than enough for it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was something else here.
And we have two more barracks going down for PuMa behind this. The reactor on the front racks as his command center is going to be finishing up here shortly. First, Stalker is going out for an engagement, puts himself in a position where he can not only see and get a quick peek on what's going on here at the front, but also potentially do some damage, try to pick off a Marine or two. And also this bunker is going to go down on the front, and he's going to try to take out one Marine, microed back quite nicely. Not going to let him get a kill, and White Raw actually letting that Stalker take some hull damage. He wants to take it back. He doesn't want to lose that. He's going to go 1 versus 1 versus... Oh, the Marine stays alive. 5 hit points. The second one came out. So, and the bunker complete. So he does manage to only sacrifices a Stalker. And do you think that was worth it?
It was kind of almost 50-50. I mean, he killed a lot of Marines, and if there was, because at the end of the day, White Rod doesn't know what's going on behind this. He just sees that it could be, you know, the kind of aggressive builds that PuMa does. So kind of wearing down the Marine count is always good to do. So that's pretty cool for White Rod to do so. And this killer SCV does get in there and does scout out the 3 gateway, scouts out the robotics facility. White Rod did go 2 gateway expand just so he can get, you know, the safety net of having 2 production facilities out, and now he's added on what he needs. Is he going to go for that warp prism again? He may just go for the same build again, but not go for that fast third base, which is kind of the downfall. And as you can see, there's the 4th gateway, and actually 5 gateways added on. So we'll see something a little bit special here from White Raw. Is he going to be throwing his resources into that warp prism? He's at 200 minerals. No, he's actually going to go observer first, but he is at 5 gateways, and I think that is just because he has no idea what's going on.
I think it's a smart thing to do. I mean, obviously, with the way that he plays, he might say, well, it might just give me that early advantage, you know, the observer. And it's not going to be chronoed out. He's just going to put it out there right away, and we'll see if he follows up. He's going to put out more observers, so maybe he felt like he just did not get enough information at all, and now we have a little bioforce moving forward, going to be taking the tower here, and it is kind of a scary little force. Probe's going to swing in from the back, see if the expansion is up. There is a bunker here, but not manned at all. Another gas goes down, and he sees quite a bit here with this probe.
Yeah, and he's going to be feeling very comfortable now. He doesn't really need all these gateways unless he's going to turn around and do a very aggressive push now. So we'll have to find out how White Raw's reacting, and to be honest, he's not really reacting to anything at the moment, just still building probes, chrono boosting the Nexuses as well because he did invest a lot, and here comes a probe. He's moving down. He's just going to go ahead and take a 3rd base, seeing that that was a relative early command center from PuMa here.
And since he's got an army to be able to support this, I think that he's going to be in a lot better shape here, but he is moving forward as we do. When we have the observer checking things out, he has not seen where the army is quite yet, and this is discovered here by this Marine, so he's aware that White Raw has decided to go for a quick 3rd base, who will clean up this Marine, but the information that was gathered has already been sent back to home base.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit anxious here for White Raw because, I mean, that was scouted really early, that 3rd base, so PuMa knows exactly what's going on in this game. He knows how to play, and the scary thought is he hasn't thrown down that new command center or 3rd command center, so it looks like he's just going to simply go with a timing attack with Medivacs. I'm not sure if he'll wait for +1. If he waits for +1, that gives White Raw way too much time to really push his economy, so I think he's going to go before that, and you can see he's very Marine heavy as well, and White Raw is going for Zealot Charge and +1 armor at the same time, so he's doing a lot without really, you know, going down one certain pathway. He's doing a lot right now, and PuMa's definitely going to try to do something against that.
I mean, it looks like it could be very soon too. I mean, really focusing on those upgrades with Combat Shield about ready to finish. Stim is now already done as well, and spreading itself out just a little bit. White Rod did see that factory, tried to take it out, but is not going to go down. It will continue to be a scouting tool over here for PuMa. Meanwhile, look at this. We got a pretty hardy little drop coming out here by PuMa. 4 Marauders and 8 Marines heading over. He's got some special tactics of his own.
This probe is a bit of a special tactic because it's going to go in and scout it. I'm sure, yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. Picture perfect right there. And look at this. He's already ready for it.
Oh, he's so ready for this, and it's been nullified here, and PuMa turns around.
Bob, we're going to need you back at base. Okay, I'm on my way. And look at even White Raw. He was spread out. We talked about those stalkers that were going out to the factory. He puts his units back together. He doesn't want to be caught off guard in the middle of the map. Here we've got now PuMa splitting himself off just a little bit as the observer's going to follow this army. And is there a potential for an attack here, maybe on this 3rd, or will he just poke in and try to do some damage at the natural?
I don't think PuMa has enough here, to be honest. I really think that White Raw's production has kicked him from this 3rd base. He's chrono boosting the gateways as well. He's got so many zealots right now, though. He's at 18 zealots, and they're going to be able to get a good position here. It's all going to come down to control. How well is PuMa's control?
He's just going to back off there, possibly pick off a couple units here and there. Actually forces the Guardian Shield, which I really like, and there's the stim. He's going to put himself all the way in the back, which actually will be great versus those Zealots, and White Raw forced to move back. The Marines do move forward, so force fields do go down. The Nexus no longer being target fired, but those Zealots, unfortunately, still taking a lot of damage and not dishing a lot of damage, and so much is going down here. This engagement for PuMa is working out just beautifully.
You know, he just nullified Zealot charge, basically, and White Raw should not have let him get into that position, and he loses the third Nexus now while taking the third command center of his own. White Raw has Storm in production, it's not so far away, killing a few reinforcing units in the middle, but just generically, look at the supplies at 73 to 135. The SCV leaders with PuMa, that was just a well-executed, great position attack.
It was perfect in a lot of ways. First off, he forced the Guardian Shield right away, then he let it go down, then he stemmed up, got behind the Nexus, and didn't allow the Protoss Army to get in there, and now he's going to move in once again. This time, Charge going to be a little bit more effective. Force field on the ramp to try to eliminate some of those units, but it's just simply too much bio here for PuMa, and White Raw is in trouble as PuMa knocks on his front door.
Oh no, this looks so bad for White Raw. GG.
White Raw. GG. Terran too good. White Raw with an amazing tournament run. PuMa managing to stay alive.
And advances to the next round.
And advances to the round of 8.
That's really good for EG, of course. It's really good for PuMa as well. Advances further into another foreigner tournament. Unfortunately for White Raw, though, despite having a pretty